everyone, welcome back to Fromania Bricks, and welcome to our second live stream in just a couple of days, which is really crazy. We don't hardly ever live stream, and here we are. Here we are doing it twice in just as many days. So this time we're hanging out in Micah's bedroom. Our last live stream we did from the Lego room upstairs. As we said, we don't have a Lego room. We have an entire Lego house. So our Lego consists of the Lego room, the schoolroom loft. It consists of Tuscan Raider, welcome. It consists of Mike's room, Caleb's room, the master bedroom, the kitchen dining room area, the living room. There's Lego everywhere.
I just get to sleep in the Star Wars room.
He just gets to sleep in the Star Wars room. So today we're going to take a look at Micah's room. Micah has most of the Star Wars in the collection. Caleb does have some Star Wars as well. And his more special Star Wars Lego sets are all in his bedroom. So you're not going to see all of Micah's Star Wars stuff today. All of his UCS stuff is upstairs. If you saw our Lego room live stream a couple days ago, he's got a bunch of ships in there as well. Lego Therapy, welcome. Randucci, welcome. I saw you pop in as well. So today is just for Micah. Micah's bedroom. He even made his bed for us today. Like, good job, man. High five. So in his bedroom, he keeps some of his more rare stuff like Cloud City and Betrayal at Cloud City and some other crazy stuff. So we're going to start peeking and poking around in your bedroom. This is the only time, Micah, you're allowed to have strangers in your bedroom, is when it's a monitored live stream. No strangers in the house, no strangers in the bedroom except for now. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Faith and Misery, welcome from just north of you in a rainy Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going to flip the camera around, Micah, and we're going to start kind of exploring what's tucked away in your Lego collection. Again, this is not the entirety of our Lego collection. This is not the entirety of Micah's Star Wars collection. This is just what he can fit in his room. And you can see behind us, we've got a big shelf over here. We've got a case here. This is for his dust-free stuff where he doesn't have to dust take care of it. And Sunny and Gizmo, I don't know about you guys. We are so addicted to watching the Big Bear Valley Eagle Nest stream. We have watched these two little guys, Gizmo and Sunny, grow up from little eaglets, and they're about to fledge. They're getting really close to leaving the nest, just like Micah's getting closer and closer to fledge age as well. But it's been really fun watching them. Big Bear Valley, it's a 24/7 live stream of an eagle nest in Big Bear Valley, California. We watched these little nuggets hatch, and now 2.5 months later, they're like grown eagles. So let's flip the camera around, Micah, and start exploring what's in your room here. No, Micah is not in a hurry to leave Lego Therapy, and we're okay with that. I'm okay that he's not in a hurry either. Before we dive into the shelves, let me just give you a look at everything here. So we've got this new shelf that we put in right around Christmas time, I think.
Yeah, right after Christmas.
Right after Christmas. It used to be like a small little corner stand here in the corner. And then he's got this big display that some of his more rare vintage stuff is tucked away in. He's got a shelf up top. There's some minifigs hiding around the corner. Are we allowed to open your closet door, Micah?
I do not think it is named up in there.
All right. He's got some figs stacked here. In his closet, he's got some boxes and stuff from some of his sets.
I'll pull out some boxes there.
And then he's got this little corner over here. Let's just start here. Let's do the build-up. I don't want to say least impressive to most impressive because these are some of your mocks that are really cool that have found their way in there. First is these guys. These are a 6-pack of little fruit poly bags in Japanese packaging. These were from the drink maker Suntory. We don't drink alcohol ourselves, but from what I know, Suntory is a big alcohol drink manufacturer. Would that be the term for it?
I honestly don't.
Not a brewery.
I only know what you've told me.
So to have a Lego partnership with Suntory is really wild, but they actually did a kid's fruit drink. And to market that, these came attached to those fruit drinks. So they had 6 of them. I found these on eBay and bought myself a set of 6. And then another 5 showed up online, and Micah always wanted them. So we got them as another bulk lot of some other Asian exclusive Lego sets. And only 5 were in that one, right?
I think 4.
4, and then we had to order
Two.
2 off of Bricklink. It's really hard to find on Bricklink because there's a generic poly bag inside of these. And it's really hard to find the ones that actually have the Suntory wrapping on them. But the packaging on them is so neat.
Yes.
Such a cool little pack.
One of them was open. We could pull it out and show what. I think it was this one. Nope. No, I'm pretty sure it was this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. It's the bottom, so we won't worry about that. When you come down a little lower, we went to a screening of a movie that some friends made, produced documentary, and they had a couple of pins out. Was this from that, I think?
Yeah, these were all from that. This was from a thrift store.
This is a mock that Micah did of Reagan's talk at Brandenburg Gate.
Yes,
that is correct. The Gorbachev tear down this gate talk.
Oh my word. Tear down this wall.
Tear down this wall. So Micah did a mock of Brandenburg Gate and the wall, which is behind, right? Then you had the stage where you could see through the wall. Here is a mock. It's funny. We take this to a lot of events when we do it, and everyone thinks that this is Moses. And I think it's because he's holding the scroll.
But the 10 Commandments were on stone.
They were on stone. So, look at that.
Interesting.
It is interesting, but this is actually a little mock of Jesus that Micah, oh my word, needs a little repair, Micah.
Yes.
Needs a little repair. Let's put that back together. It normally has a light in it. It looks like the battery pack has been pilfered for something else.
Yeah, the battery pack I had to try to use and it didn't work. But I took out the lights so that it would fit and there wouldn't be cords.
This is a mock Micah did as a quasi-challenge. So one of our friends that works at Bricks and Minifigs of Brentwood, Claire, gave Micah a challenge. What was the challenge that then created this?
She gave me this little tile right here and thought I could build something with it.
So she gave Micah the jellyfish jam band tile and said, make a mock out of it. So Micah literally built jam and a jellyfish jamming out together. Incredible. This is the cheese caves. Again, a bit of an inside joke between us and some people at Bricks and Minifigs about the cheese caves. And then you've got a Ronald Reagan mock that Micah built. This one, here's where I'm pushing Micah. I feel like Micah could market and sell these. He has been able to do the likeness of many, many political figures. And the torso is kind of a similar construction that he modifies. And then the faces, I feel like people could submit pictures to you, Micah. Like, build a family member, and you could create a big business out of blockheads.
Yeah, what I've discovered, though, is that parts are very expensive to source. So I feel like it could end up being where you have to charge, like, $70 to $100 just for a figure this size.
But you're an artist.
I don't think people would buy it.
Artists can do that. Artists can charge what they want for stuff. I mean, you're the creator.
I have a standardized head.
Oh my! Put his head back on.
Kind of a standardized head build that I can just.
I can't blur this out, Micah. This is real. Oh, now we're gonna get a parental warning on our video.
SM33 from Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, if you guys saw my Skeleton Crew collab with Micah, I was very upset that we didn't get an SM33 minifig. So Micah built his own SM33. So take that. Then you've got a coin. This we got in our most recent Alaska adventure. You got this in Ketchikan, I believe? Or Skagway?
I think it was Ketchikan. I know it wasn't Skagway because there's lots of buildings. And I know they're not.
Or no, maybe it was Juneau.
Yeah, I think Juneau. I want to say Juneau.
So not Lego, but it got a place of honor in Micah's room here. Also, one of the latest additions, we just did a review of this. This is the UCS Imperial Shuttle. We just did it. We recorded it yesterday. It's going to be some time before it's edited. Lego Therapy, this is not the perfect 50 score, so you'll get to see that one eventually.
It would have come very close to perfect 50 if not gotten perfect 50 had it been sputtlered.
That's right. It would have been close. Tusken Raiders, Skagway was our absolute favorite of the towns that we go to. There's just something cool about Skagway. It's got a neat feel. Oh, look, there's the blanket
There's
from
Alaska.
the cruise. This was the cruise that we were on. We actually even got to see the Northern Lights, and they looked about like that on the cruise. That was our second one. The first one was 2018, so it'd been, goodness, quite a while since we'd been there before. So let's swing over here. We're just going to start breaking things down, Micah. Up top, number one, your pin board. You've got some different pins on here. Some of these you got on the cruise. I see Skagway, Alaska, Disney Cruise Line at Alaska. A couple of also Star Wars pins. But right above it, we've got a couple of minifigures. First, you've got these bricks. Micah won the Best Small Build Award at Brick Universe last year in Nashville. Was that for the dove or the whale?
For the bowhead whale, which was so exciting because when you go to those things, it's like there's just so many incredible builds. So that was an honor.
It was unbelievable. We didn't even know they were giving awards. And we showed up the next morning and Micah had this sitting next to the bowhead of whale. Bowhead of whale?
Bowhead of whale.
And then above it, the Brick Universe name tag, and then Brick Fan Expo, which we do plan on being at Brick Fan Expo again later this year. What were these 25 years of Lego Star Wars bricks?
They came in a lot of different sets for the 25th anniversary last year, and I just had two of them. I don't remember why, but they got put up there. So
this is absolutely hysterical. The Bernie Alaska sticker,
yes,
kind of the meme on Bernie Sanders. Micah actually dressed up as Bernie Sanders for Halloween this past year.
Gloves and a mask, and then I wore a jacket and pants, and it was very funny, but no one got it.
You've got President Trump and Vice President Vance next to former President Biden.
Yeah, and I had Kamala, and I have no idea where she went.
So. Well, no one really knows where she went now. You've got a little adventure treasure here. Above that, the grand opening Lego Cool Springs Galleria.
Birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real. If you're not familiar with Birds Aren't Real, just get on the internet webs and type in Birds Aren't Real and be ready to be entertained. Then you've got a Duck Bricks brick, one of our friends, Jonathan, with Mini Superheroes Today brick. And then, Micah, this was the SW, that's the item number of Boba Fett. Cloud City Boba Fett. You can see Micah definitely has a political leaning in life.
Two big interests are politics and Lego Star Wars. And collect Lego
full
Star Wars,
display.
I can't collect politics, but...
Here you've got what we just reviewed, which is the UCS Imperial Shuttle, the collector edition. It is massive.
It is beautiful, too. Probably would be in my top 5, top 10 favorite sets of all time. It's amazing.
So I'm really good at building Lego. I'm not really good at taking care of the house. And this was a failed attempt at trying to hang some stuff on Micah's walls. I actually, when I put a nail in here, it started hitting something, and we were afraid that we hit an electric wire because it had some spring in it. So then we had to cut a hole out to look in and make sure we weren't hitting electric behind there, and then patch it. And I've got to buy the paint so that we can finish painting your wall. Up top, Micah, we've got your collection. Is this all of the helmets you have?
Sadly not. I don't plan on collecting them all, I don't think, because... Oh, this is all that I have.
Yeah, that's what I meant, all that you have.
Collection. I don't think I'm going to do the whole collection, because I don't even have room for them all. So I'm just getting the ones that excite me, which happens to be most of them. There's a few I'll end up passing on, I think. Most notably would be the TIE Fighter pilot helmet. For whatever reason, this one ended up becoming super valuable. I don't know why. It must not have sold good, but I got it in the store for retail.
The TIE Fighter helmet and the AT-AT are my favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
I do love the always wear your helmet sign. This was not intended to go with these. We had that sign, and when we started displaying these, it made sense. There also used to be a Lewis Hamilton helmet here, which you're not following our Ann Ham anymore. Oh, look at that. Gizmo fell asleep.
Aww.
Wake up, Gizmo.
Wake up.
This is it's a mock of Ronald Reagan, but it's not an original mock.
No,
so he found the plans for it?
No, I didn't find plans. I just found it listed on eBay. Someone had made it and listed it on eBay, and I did not have the money to buy it. but I thought I probably have those pieces. So I just looked at it and I measured out and I figured up the pieces to.
And now I also know why I can't find any black or white tiles when I'm trying to mock something, because it looks like every tile we own is on Mr. Reagan. So in front of...
So these two are worth looking at. The Chrome Stormtrooper, and then the Shadow ARF Trooper, who I believe was the May the 4th promotional. So both.
I remember you got him not long ago, right?
Oh, it feels like probably it was after one of the supercar rallies, so I think at least a year.
Oh, it was. You're right. It was after the Team Annie Rose rally last year, I think, right? On May the 4th?
I feel like it was, yeah, because it was, yeah, I think so.
The chrome one is amazing. And the chrome looks perfect. It doesn't look like it's wearing off at all.
Yeah, it is, he's in really good condition. Both of these were Bricks and Minifigs purchases.
Minifigs galore. Like, look at all the Bobas, Micah.
Yeah, I'm working on collecting all the Fets, and I'm very, very close.
You're just one Fet shy, right?
I'm missing the 2 in the new UCS Slave 1 Starship, whatever you want to call it, and I'm missing the helmet to Christmas Django, and then I will have all the Fets.
Look at this. Gizmo is checking out your... He's like, man, look at that Boba collection. That's impressive.
I collect the classic helmet ones. They're very fun. I just have a lot. I have 5 up here, 2 keychains, and then there is 1 down in the case, too, that we'll get to. This is the rare one from the Slave 1 set. And you'll notice, if you collect Star Wars figures, you'll notice a few ones in here that are pretty cool.
Okay, now, if you guys would all just sit down and hang out, Micah is now going to, in narrative story form, introduce us to every single one of these characters on here.
Good noteworthy ones. The Phase 1 Clone Commanders, Wolf, Rex. You've got like vintage Kashyyyk Scouts, 447.
All right, here, let me get in and I'll just do a good slow scan here where everyone can check them out. I'm a big fan of Grievous.
Grievous is very cool. 2 2013 Phase 2 Rexes. That has its own story because...
Oh, I know those guys. Bad Batch.
These are worth noting, actually. Let's stop at these. So these are some misprints. His helmet is at like a 30-degree angle. And then this one is completely backwards. And R2-D2 has a face on both sides, so see?
Yes. Oh, you're right, Lego Therapy. Qui-Gon Jinn is on the lighthouse. Both boys immediately called me out when they saw that short and were like, is Qui-Gon Jinn on the lighthouse?
That one's Caleb's. It is actually, we both got him because we got the set right when it came out. It's the brown hair version that's rare.
So there's a second one. Gizmo is so interested with what you're doing here, Micah.
And then some other more minor misprints, but I got one of those in a set, and then some have come from various Bricks and Minifig stores, and I've just kind of happened upon a little collection.
The Porg, he would make a good little eaglet snack.
Oh.
Those eagles will eat anything.
I got a golden brick, and I thought what better to put on it than a pork. So he lives there.
White Boba Fett.
White Boba Fett. This one was brand new. We opened him. He spent almost his entire life in the case. He's come out a few times, but I'm kind of afraid to touch him because he was brand new. I don't want to get oil on him or anything.
I got to touch him. I'm pretty excited about that. We did an opening video of him, and look at this. This bag looks like it was untouched.
Yeah.
I am so... Look at this. You can still see the tear tab on it. So he doesn't have 2. This guy came out of that. You know what we could do? We could get just a generic Stormtrooper and slip him in there.
Oh.
This is the big gunship.
The Republic dropship.
Dropship, gunship.
It's been one of my favorite sets, and I just got it last year, a little over a year ago.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Marketplace.
What's really cool is there's sticker alternatives, and it came with 1 set of stickers, and Micah found a sticker sheet that had just the other 2 alternative stickers on it.
Let me see if I can find them.
Oh, look. Watch this. We're going to look in the closet. We're not supposed to. Look, you can see a box up top. This is a really cool vintage Imperial starship sitting up there that our friend gave us that is almost identical scale to this Imperial gunship. No, Imperial, what's it called?
Republic dropship. I cannot find them here. It may be in the books. I'll show off the books for that one too, because those are like some of the most expensive LEGO instruction books for I do not know why.
Are they more expensive than my Inside Tour book?
I mean, some of them have sold like the full set. I've seen sales for over $300.
That's not more expensive.
Okay.
So let's
Here
look at
they
the
are.
books here.
It's possible it's in the book. If not, I do not know.
Oh my
where
word!
they
Did you
got
just take? You're just flopping this around.
Yeah. Okay. I do not. I thought maybe in the book. Oh wait, if possibly with this. No, I do not know where they are. They're somewhere.
All right. We do not want to mess those books up. If I flop back and sit on them,
Yeah, that's
good call.
I'll put these right by the shoulder.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, we'll save the case for last. The case has like Cloud City in it. It's got some really cool stuff. So we're going to save the case for very last. I have short arms. So first we've got
new UCS X-Wing, recently retired Yavin base. Lars Family Homestead. I have the figure to that somewhere else. The 2008 UCS Death Star.
So both Micah and I have built this. When we got it in 2000,
like 15 probably.
15.
It was my 7th birthday.
Micah was 7. He did not want to build something that big at 7, so I built it. It sat in our Lego room in our old house. It got moved here. It had fallen into a state of disrepair because the Empire had been overthrown and there was no one to manage it. And finally, Micah broke it down, rebuilt it, so we've now had an opportunity to rebuild it, both of us. Behind that, you've got this visual dictionary postcard set. Absolutely needs a little repair. That one doesn't right now. That one's actually fully repaired finally. The visual dictionary is a postcard set. Micah originally saw it on a Whatnot stream. It sold, and he was able to track another one down off of eBay.
So these are actually really cool in here. You got Rebel and Empire, and then some cool figures on here. Let's see.
Granducci, yes, some of his stuff is wild.
Super Battle Droid figure, Kashyyyk Scout, Captain Rex, Empire guys, and then this one has got Cloud City Boba Fett and the original Jango on here, which is pretty cool. Droids, Rebels, Cloud City Leia. And yeah, so
and there are not many of these sets out there, still, especially in such good condition. Paper products just didn't survive well.
And they were surprisingly cheap too. They weren't expensive at all.
Relatively speaking.
Pretty hard to find.
This is this year's Star Wars collector book. Last year's Star Wars collector book. There is is that an A-Wing?
Y-Wing.
Y-Wing, that's what I was going to say. Why? Because I know what it is. UCS TIE Fighter.
These guys are cool. The box I have somewhere.
These are the box of these at BAM now, right? Is that the set? These are crazy expensive for battle droids.
For battle droids, yes, they are crazy expensive, but they're pretty neat. They did, I think, 4 boxes with figures like this. This is the cheapest one for obvious reasons, I think. But
so there's more of those boxes.
I'd like to collect all of them. But okay, so 2008 gunship. This one is not complete. I'm working on it. This was given to us by a friend. It was in a big box of Lego. That one's pretty neat. It should complete my collection of all the full-size gunship sets. V19 Torrent. I've always loved these. Got it at Bricks and Minifigs last year. And then Betrayal at Cloud City. This is a pretty exciting one. That was ordered from overseas on eBay, I think last year, and it was like the box was open and all the bags were sealed. I got a really good deal on it, so all the figures were brand new condition.
And you have the figs; they're just not displayed on the set.
Yeah, the figs are right here and right here. So on either side of it, I've got some of the figs on clouds because it's Cloud City.
Look at you! Now I know why I can't find the cloud-based plates.
Oh, you were looking for them? You didn't take them.
I was trying to find them. It's okay; I don't need them now. Back behind is that Grievous Starship?
Yeah, that is the, I want to say 2019 or 2020 Grievous Starfighter, but I regretted not getting. And I really wanted it because of the Clone Trooper.
Another gunship.
And I ended up getting a second Clone Trooper. That is the 2013 gunship.
So do you have all of the gunships now?
I have all, not like counting like little mini ones and advent calendars or whatever. I do, not all complete, but I do have all of the full-size gunships, which would be the 2002 one, 2008 one, 2013 one, I want to say 23 or 24 one, and then the UCS one.
Lego Therapy, enjoy putting the groceries up. Thanks for hanging out with us for a couple of minutes. We'll catch you very soon, friend. Don't forget, those of you that are hanging out, pretty soon we're going to get to this case. It's got Cloud City in it, the original Cloud City. It's got some really, really cool stuff tucked away in here. But right now we're focusing on this. You've got the big Boba Fett. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. What is it?
Boba Fett Starship or Slave One.
The Slave One.
It's
Boba Fett Slave
One.
One.
This one is officially the Slave One. We also have 2 vintage Boba Fett action figures that I got to go with my Lego Boba Fett.
These are the old Hasbro from when did we determine it was? I think that it was...
So like right after the first Star Wars movie came out.
Yes, the marking on the leg is 1979. So that's literally first release of Boba Fett's action figures.
Then we have got the
couple of brickheads first.
Oh yeah, we've got Luke Skywalker and Commander Cody hiding back there. Gungan sub, that was actually arguably the most expensive Lego set in my collection for a while because when I was opening Queen Amidala, I cut my finger and I had to get stitches.
Yes. He was more concerned about protecting her when he opened it, that he sliced his finger open with a knife, and he didn't get any blood on her.
I didn't notice a tear strip on the bag either until after we got home from getting stitches for the big gash I put in my finger.
How many stitches did you wind up with that?
4 stitches, I think.
4 stitches.
Clone Turbo Tank. I have figures to that one. They're just not with it. Same goes for the big cannon turret. Actually, I don't know where the Droidic is, but I think I have him. Some battle pack, the battle pack. Speeders from the Bad Batch shuttle. The set that came with the Phase 2 Captain Rex Bad Batch shuttle. Some of the May 4th gift of purchases here, and then the hyperdrive ring that came with Angry Django, who I have over here. He's still very angry.
He's angry because you've taken him away from his hyperdrive.
Oh, that actually was Obi-Wan, so he was like the bad guy that came with it. He didn't have a ship with it, though.
Even though I'm not a big Star Wars fan, this is my favorite Star Wars set. Ewok Village. To me, it's got that Johnny Thunder Adventures theme, kind of a Jungle Cruisy type vibe to it. One of my absolute favorites.
It's definitely one of my favorites.
You got to build this new from box, correct?
New from box, yes. And that was actually one that I remember seeing like on clearance at Walmart, and we walked away from it, and it's haunted me ever since.
Now it's here. You've got the Snow Speeder?
Yes, Snow Speeder. This was also built brand new, which is pretty cool. It's actually really cool. Like, thinking through how many of the prototypes I got to build new with the...
This was from Bricks and Minifigs.
Yes.
This was from almost everything. When you look at it all.
Of it.
Bricks and Minifigs is like our Lego dealer. Like, you know you have an addiction when you have a dealer. And Bricks and Minifigs is our dealer.
It's very hard to find a shelf that doesn't have something from.
I also love this set. Again, to me, Cantina, not quite being the depth of Star Wars fandom that Micah and Caleb and even Mama Fro are. But this is one that just resonates with me, partly because of the Cantina in Galaxy's Edge at Walt Disney World, partly because it's one of the first movie scenes I remember from a Star Wars movie. That was on the fence to get the Imperial shuttle.
And I did end up packing it up to bring, and that's why the figures haven't been put away just yet. But I realized as I was putting it away, I'm gonna regret this. So I ended up not doing it. But so that gets to stay. Luke's Land Speeder, along with the original Luke's Land Speeder set from 1999. I actually have 2 of those.
You have 2 of these?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that one's there. I don't know where the figures to the second one are. They're probably under my bed.
Then on this side, you've got the pod race. I am a big proponent of Lego needs a spin-off series with the pod racing circuit, like Drive to Survive meets pod racing, Formula One reality show style, following the circuit around.
Down
then at the very bottom,
Clone Army, ATT, Stormtrooper Army. I have 20 of the Death Troopers, which is pretty cool. Star Destroyer, some figures that I ended up having to relocate from my big display stand, so they stand there now. Skeleton Crew set, and one of my favorite things down here is the TIE Crawler.
The TIE Crawler is really cool. That was your brother's gift to you. Electrical fire hazard. Lots of wires plugged in. That is for the lamp, the lights behind the bed. That is for our... Oh, hey, Gizmo. Did you pop up to see everyone? For the lights inside of his case here, these are lit cases. We're getting close to Cloud City, but before we get over there, let's open up and take a look inside on this side, Micah.
Okay, so here's where it gets exciting. We have the vintage Obi-Wan Kenobi Starfighter. I do have a box. If those of you watching would like to see the boxes, I can pull out. I have boxes for lots of this stuff.
BAM is definitely cool. We have the most amazing store. Our owner is an amazing human. The leadership at the store, the managers, the associates, like literally everyone there we love, and they take such good care of us. Love BAM. It's a great place.
I also have Jango Fett Slave One. I do have the carry case. It's under my bed, but I have the little carry case that came packed with some of them.
BAM?
BAM. Yeah,
BAM.
both of these were BAM. With Jango Fett, who's super cool, and young Boba Fett, the little micro ones. Guess where I got these?
BAM.
And
Randucci, that's pretty cool that you've got this entire shelf of stuff as well.
Oh,
Super
wow.
neat. Super neat.
2 of these. One of these I got, oh my gosh, I got one of them at BAM because it had the box with it. But before that, I had already had one given to me.
One was given to you as a gift when you bought
when
the
I bought
case.
the carry case.
That
I
went
had to
with
buy
that.
the carry case separate because it wasn't with it at BAM. So I bought it on Bricklink. The seller, very generous, had it just packed.
This was in
it.
an allowance bag, right?
Yes, it was.
The minis, again, super cool find. So he's got that set of minis.
I've got
There's more
the
down
12
here.
box ones. I don't have every mini, but I have all the ones that came in this style.
All right, so there were 12 of these box ones that were released. They're spread out through all of the shelves, and he has all 12 of those. Another gunship. Was this the Bribe gunship?
No, the Bribe gunship is up there. This is the eBay gunship from last year with the original Jedi Bob. So that is cool.
So when I say Bribe gunship, this gunship here entered the collection when Micah was what, maybe 8 years old?
Was I that old?
You might not,
Or
maybe.
let's see, it was released in 2013.
So we were at Disney. Micah was refusing to ride any of the big rides. We didn't want the trip lost, so we bribed him with a Lego set to ride the bigger rides at Disney so that we could have a full experience.
Also got the vintage ATT from the year following the gunship. All 4 of the clones with that, all 4 clones here. I even have 3 more of those clones up top because I'm addicted to the vintage clone troopers. Some more minis, a little speeder. This came with the ATT, so that's super cool.
If you're taking stuff to BAM, vintage stuff, be sure to send us a list too. There might be something that Micah would be interested in that you have, depending on what all it is. All right, Micah, let's head over to the next case.
Okay.
This is the golden case.
The original X-Wing set, what I'm on the hunt for. And I say on the hunt for, I want it, I just haven't gotten around to just setting aside the money and buying one. It's the original TIE Fighter set. They're pretty cheap. I want it to go with it, but... So I need that, have the Cloud Car, got that.
And the
sealed
Cloud
with
Car
Cloud
box
City.
is back there, which is
Yes.
super cool.
You've got, this is actually really cool. So there's another one of those land speeders, and this one has the original package. It came with a little original pamphlet. It's not in there, like the original advertising pamphlet. So that's really cool to have from the very first, Lego Star Wars stuff.
Our BAM has had the original Gungan sub for a while, right? Did it sell?
It's sold.
Yeah, ours had it. I don't think Micah was super interested in that one. That's
was
one
just
that didn't
not
strike
too
him deeply.
exciting to me.
This thing is the ugliest thing on the planet to me, but I know that it's special
It
because
is special. It's the first Slave One set, so it came with.
seeing it
probably
just totally brick
the
built.
first set to have Boba Fett in it too. But yes, the first Slave One set. It is. I'm not gonna disagree with you. It is pretty ugly, but it's also cool and endearing for what it is. So.
Smaller Imperial shuttle.
Yeah. So this, I believe it was the original shuttle. It actually might be cool here to pull this out and to put it up.
Oh yeah, with the other one.
I am very against. Oh no, I fixed it. I kind of at one point I changed out the way the wings were built just a little bit because they don't fully go down. You can see.
Oh, that was
this one,
almost catastrophic.
the way they go down.
Oh, I see. They've got a little bit
These
of a
just
bend to them.
Don't do that, which they can be changed pretty easily at the expense of a little bit of its structural integrity. But I definitely wish they made it to go all the way down, but that's okay.
Couple of speeders. Are those
Vintage from the year 2000, I think.
All right.
For those.
Man, that was
pretty
8
cool.
years before you were born.
Wow.
Then down in the bottom.
The UCS ATST. I've always loved this, and guess where I found it? Bricks and Minifigs.
Ooh, he said your shuttle's missing some guns.
Oh, it is?
Which one? The UCS one or the smaller shuttle, Randucci?
Probably the smaller one, because that was missing stuff. I just built the UCS one, so I assume I would have caught some missing guns on that one.
So the UCS... You said ATST?
With the little micro ATST as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
From Bricks and Minifigs. Those were all sealed. All the mini ones, almost all
on
of them
the small
sealed.
shuttle. Ah, okay. He'll have to pull up the book and see what we're missing. I'm sure it's somewhere in the house. Thanks for catching that, because I know you don't like having things incomplete. So now we know what the project when the stream ends is going to be. And then the one and only, the fabled, the iconic
Micro Millennium Falcon.
Micro Millennium Falcon. And that's all there is to see in that case. Cloud City 10123 complete set. This started with Micah tracking down Cloud City Boba Fett. He always wanted that fig added to his collection. He was able to pick it up at Bricks and Minifigs, of course. And that started the hunt to actually ultimately put the whole thing together. So this didn't happen all in one shot. This happened over time. Slowly added on different figs. Finally, the full build went for sale on Facebook Marketplace. We went, took a look, checked it out.
He had He had this, and he had Lando, and these two were eBay.
That's right. Lando's cape is a little bit frayed.
But it's not
bad. It's not terrible. When we were doing our first video of this set, Micah was walking it upstairs, and he dropped it with all of the figs on it. And it shattered, went everywhere. Water splashed on Lando's cape, so we were afraid it was going to water spot, but it actually cleaned up quite nicely. So that one is his pride and joy of the collection. He'd love to have a box or a book one day, but also a box and a book. Like, you would have to sell a bunch of stuff in these cases.
It cost to buy a box. And if it ever came up at a really good price, I'd absolutely get it. But I've kind of resigned myself to not having it.
All right, I think that's...
Cases. There's not a ton to see here. There's not a ton of super rare figures, but we do have them. So you've got Rio Durant, UCS Razor Crest Figs, Moff Gideon, lots of Kashyyyk Troopers who are quasi-collectible too, Commander Grease, Clone Wars vintage stuff, new Jedi Bob, Obi-Wan from the Phase 2 Captain Rex set.
Mac Builds Bricks, hello. We are checking out Micah's Lego collection. We're actually getting pretty close to the end here, but we'll give another quick overview at the end.
This one, we got them at McKay's, which is a bookstore, and they do have some used Lego. It was, like, not long at all after I got the white Boba Fett, and I'm trying to collect all the Fetts, and he was there, and he had everything but the helmet. So I'm still going to have to make an online purchase, but it will be cheaper now because I found him. There. Sand Troopers, nothing too crazy in there. Also, nothing too crazy down here. You've got some Utapau Troopers and the Blue Clone Trooper from the Jek 14 Starfighter is most of what's noteworthy down there.
Wow.
And then up here is some...
My favorite picture of Vader walking the AT-AT.
You've got the full collection of the 20th anniversary figures up there. Some of my more interesting looking astromechs. Then some troopers. Some in here, like the shore troopers, range troopers, sand troopers. Some are a little rare. Most are just basic ones. You also have the light up Darth Vader in there, which is probably too bright in here for me to show that. But oh, and this is pretty cool. The poster that they gave.
Is this the most... No, this is not the most recent poster.
No. The most recent poster is still sitting in your room.
We could put it on this wall.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
You could get a frame, put it on that wall. I know it'll be hidden behind the door most of the time. So I think that covers about the most of Micah's Star Wars collection that's downstairs. So you've got highlights Cloud City. You've got some vintage Cloud Car, an X-Wing,
Vintage Gunship,
Django
Slave One, Republic Dropship, UCS Imperial Shuttle, some rare figures, Betrayal at Cloud City, two old gunship sets, the Death Star, And you've got Ewok Village, Slave One. I don't know if I called that yet. Snow Speeder, Cantina, some Troopers down there.
And our Big Bear Valley Eagles.
And the Eagles.
These guys stay on all of our TVs right now. He's a little hot now. They are, again, any day now, they're going to be fledging and leaving the nest, and we're just waiting for that to happen. So we've got them on all of our TVs waiting until they disappear. All right, I'm going to flip the camera back around. So yeah, this is what, maybe 50-60% of your Star Wars collection, right, Micah? Or a little more than that?
I mean, value-wise, probably.
Well, this is the bulk of it, value-wise.
I do have like the large UCS sets upstairs, and then some of the play sets, but I'd say about half of it, as far as just quantity is concerned.
Yeah, all of his large UCS are upstairs, which is Millennium Falcon, AT-AT Walker, the Razor Crest,
the
Venator.
Falcon, the Venator, yes.
So all of those are upstairs.
Yeah.
And our last...
And of other, both TIE interceptors. Both
That's right.
TIE interceptors.
In our last live stream that we did of the Lego room, you could see there was a wall of all of his Star Wars play sets up there. Our total collection, last I checked on Brickset, I think is close to 1,400 Lego sets now. Some of those are duplicates. Some of those are like 4 or 5 of a battle pack. So it's not like 1,400 exclusive like individual sets, but it's 1,400 total sets logged into Brickset. I think it's 1,100 unique sets within that. This is just Micah's room, and Micah keeps his treasures in his room. So we've done a live of the Lego room. We've now done a live of Micah's room. Maybe next time we'll either do Caleb's room or we'll do the loft that has all of your UCS stuff in it. I've got some stuff in the master bedroom. There's some stuff in the dining room and in the living room, which is like a combined one room. There's botanical all over the house. We have a coat closet that's got all kinds of logged to be built Lego sets. There's stuff in the master bedroom closet. I mean, I don't think the bathrooms are the only place that you can escape Lego. And that wasn't always the case. We used to have the ship in the bottle in one of our bathrooms, and the ship in the bottle does not float, and it fell in the toilet. Thankfully, it was clean water, and all of the studs were in there, and we had to fish them out. So no more Lego is allowed in the bathroom. That's a no-fly zone. But everywhere else, there's Lego. There's nowhere you can't go and see it. But today, we wanted to just hone in, focus on Micah. We haven't done an updated tour of Micah's room in quite some time, and he's added a lot to it. So this is where things are at. Again, give you a good overview shot of what's going on in the room. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with us as we dove into Micah's collection. Super fun time. The sun is out now. It was pouring down rain, and now the sun has come out. Beautiful. Micah made the bed. This is the totality of his space. He's making much of a not huge space to get everything displayed. We do have some extra shelf space we could put up there if we needed to.
I do also have, and I can't pull it out because it's a mess right now. Under the bed, I have quite a few kind of bulk figures that didn't have room to display. A few sets I didn't have room for. So there's a little bit more under there, but nothing too crazy. I will also pull from in here.
Yeah.
I've got a few of the boxes too that I'll show before we go. You got
so a box for the gunship.
the vintage gunship has its box.
The Gungan sub box.
Let's see what else. And the only other one that looks like I'll be able to reach in here is the Jango Fett Slave One box.
We will save this live stream on the channel. We'll make sure it doesn't disappear. So if anyone wants to go back and check it out again later, this is probably the coolest of the boxes.
Yes. Well, actually, this one's the coolest because you also have the original.
Oh,
bags,
it's a flip open box.
like the original bags.
That's neat, and the old marketing materials are in it.
Yeah, so this one's actually probably the coolest extra bits. This one was brand new, just had the seals cut.
Is this the one that has my Johnny Thunder in it?
I do not know. I have quite a few of those little pamphlets. See, this was 2002, so
Probably. Let's just flip through. I just want to see if my man Johnny is in here. Lego Racers was a good theme. Oh, maybe there is no adventures in here.
You got some to go still.
Harry Potter. It's wild how long
More
Harry
Harry
Potter's been
Potter.
around.
I think it, like,
Soccer. Caleb has
disappeared.
this soccer set. We need to do
Oh.
a soccer tournament one day with this set.
We should. Now look at this. Galador.
What? Oh,
There they
that's
are.
pretty cool. That's
And
pretty
then
cool.
Star Wars, obviously, for...
All right. No Johnny Thunder in
No
there.
Johnny
That's
Thunder.
all right.
I also want to appreciate the fact that this is like, it's thick.
Oh, it is.
When you look at the UCS ATST from a few years later, it's not thick. It's just a thin little thing. But this is a thick, nice, well-made box.
For
I just
sure.
want to applaud that. And please, Lego, if you're watching this, which out of the 4 people watching, I guess you're
Guess
not.
it's probably not
But
Lego.
if you are,
It could be.
we would
It
love
could be.
to see the flippo open boxes.
Yes.
They're so cool.
And we would also love to see the box art back on the front of instruction manuals,
Yes.
right? It used to be the box art was mirrored on instruction manuals. So even if you got rid of the box, you still had the art.
So,
And that is not the case anymore. And we would love to see the box art still on the front of manuals. Like, if we could ask for one thing, we'd ask for the opportunity to ask for 1 million things, and that would be one of the million
Yes.
things we would ask for.
yeah, because like, so see if like for this set, I got this used. I do not have a box for it. I want a box for it. I can't afford a box for it.
But you
But
get
I
to
still
know
have
what the box
art
looked like.
because of the manual. But had this been a set that was released now, I wouldn't have had the art. So, like for that, I would really like to see that come back.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out with us. Micah, thanks for letting us invade your room and explore it. Thanks for making your bed for us today and cleaning things up a little bit. We won't show what's right outside
Yeah, we won't.
the door. We hope you guys have an awesome Memorial Day weekend. If you're in the U.S., you've probably got a day off to go out and enjoy what's going on. If you're overseas, have an awesome Monday tomorrow. Like, go out and have an amazing week. But no matter what you do, we hope that you go out there and just create beauty in the world around you. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of grumpiness. There's a lot of sad people, a lot of angry people. And we can impact that by simply smiling, right? By simply being kind to others in small interactions. And we hope that you go out and do that. What we're going to do is go out into the living room. The Indy 500 is on record. We already started the morning watching the Monaco GP. We went to a watch party this morning at our Aston Martin dealership to watch the Monaco GP at 8 a.m. Indy 500 is recorded, so we're going to go watch the Indy 500. Then the Coca-Cola 600 is starting, goodness, like any time now. I think right now. So we got some motorsport stuff to do. We're going to build some Lego while we do it. We hope you guys go out there, give more,
Do more,
share more,
and love more.
and remember, whatever you do, always show that smile. It truly is contagious. We hope to see you guys next time. Have a great evening.